Coming up on First at 4, those in one Perry County community continue to recover from July's flood as Thanksgiving approaches. Plus, a man credited with stopping the mass shooting recently in Colorado is talking about what happened.
Plus, increasingly looking like the Turkey Day festivities could be a little soggy, but we do have some relief on the way as well. Latest trends coming up as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
Almost 4 months after the devastating flood, people say they are thankful heading into the holiday season. Buckhorn in Perry County was hit extremely hard. Many homes were destroyed or damaged there, but that area also experienced no loss of life. WINT's Phil Pendleton spoke to several folks hoping to make the most of a very different holiday season.
This road remains closed, and on the other side of this are families facing still a very challenging situation. Despite everything that they have faced in the last 4 months, they say they are still thankful. Nancy Baker walked up to a steep hill to talk to us because the road to her home is under construction. Her home was heavily damaged in the floodwaters, but she's still living in it. This Thanksgiving will be a lot different.
Well, Thanksgiving it's been put off on hold for me cooking. My daughter's going to do the cooking this year because my kitchen is in bad shape and I can't use it.
Baker says she remains thankful for her family and friends and her community helped through the flood aftermath. But she says some of that help has yet to come to her household.
And that bothers me. Because, I mean, we own a fixed income and it's hard to buy the material we need, buy what other stuff we need, and pay your bills.
And I also spoke with the Eversole family. We have spoken to them several times in the aftermath of the flooding, and they say despite everything they have gone through, they are thankful as well. Thankful to have their faith in God, thankful for what they say God has done for them, thankful for their family and friends. And they say they will get through all of this and be better for it in the future. In Perry County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Phil, thank you. We are told that some people are still staying at Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park, but there are efforts to put those families in travel trailers until more permanent homes can be found or built. The Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign is officially underway. Expect to see those bell ringers asking for donations outside of stores around the Commonwealth. Governor Andy Beshear helped the organization kick off the annual fundraising campaign today in Frankfort. He called the kettles an iconic part of the holidays.
And don't you all love the Salvation Army red kettles? They are iconic at this time of the year. They're a symbol of hope, of love, and of generosity. As governor and as a dad, I am grateful for all this organization does for our families.
Money collected helps fund causes like rent assistance, after-school programs, and emergency disaster relief. It's the Salvation Army's largest fundraiser of the year. Gubernatorial candidate Kelly Craft made a stop at Lisa's Fifth Street Diner on her kitchen table tour through Bowling Green yesterday. Craft spoke on several things she's looking to change if elected governor, including placing a high emphasis on coal and her disapproval of critical race theory in schools. While there, Craft gave her thoughts on Governor Andy Beshear's recent executive orders regarding medicinal cannabis.
There are so many issues right now, and I think we need to leave that to the top experts, and we are now waiting. Senator Stivers and our legislators are now waiting for the University of Kentucky, for the experts to get back on us on very important issues to make a decision such as that.
Craft is just one of several Republican candidates running for governor. Somerset Mayor Alan Keck just announced his candidacy yesterday. The primary election will be on May 16th.
Well, sunny skies continue all throughout the region on this Tuesday. Still plenty of warm air on the way as we head towards the Thanksgiving holiday. Here's a look outside. Plenty of sunshine throughout the region, middle and upper 50s at all of our sites right now. Temperatures around the region, upper 50s to near 60 in some spots. How about Manchester checking in at 60 right now? Those dew points, though, a little low. It's very dry outside with those dew points in the low to mid-teens in some spots. I've already had to hit the chapstick myself this afternoon. Plenty of dry skies, though, continue here throughout the mountains. And as we head into tonight, the calm conditions and the cold conditions continue, with those lows falling into the middle and upper 20s overnight. Though we do have milder air on the way. Those details in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, thank you, Evan. Well, in many ways, those of us in the news business are like one big family. And today we lost 2 members of our Gray television family after a helicopter crash in North Carolina. It happened around 12:30 this afternoon when the helicopter went nose first into a highway in Charlotte. Drivers say they saw the chopper dropping from the sky, and then moments later it slammed into the ground. Both meteorologists Jason Myers and Chip Tyag worked for our sister station WB-TV in Charlotte, and they were aboard the helicopter when it crashed. Both died. Myers, as I said, is a meteorologist, and you might remember him from working in Lexington for a time at WTVQ, Channel 36. He was chief meteorologist there for several years, from 2013 to 2019. Tyag had worked for WB-TV since 2017 and was a pilot for more than 20 years. No one on the ground was hurt. The cause of the helicopter crash is still under investigation, and certainly our thoughts are with our station there this afternoon and all those who knew them. Well, the man accused of driving an SUV that smashed into an Apple store, killing 1 person and injuring at least 20 others in Massachusetts Monday, has been arrested and charged. CNN's Emily Schmidt has the latest on that.
Amongst shattered glass and debris, some victims were found pinned against walls by a black SUV. A usually bright and bustling Apple store in Massachusetts tragically turned into a chaotic crime scene.
People were on the ground, yeah, and there was a lot of people like kneeling next to them on the ground, so it was hard to tell what was going on.
The aftermath of it is so unnerving.
Nobody should be dealing with this holiday week.
You're just going there to buy a phone or get something fixed or whatever it may be. It's absolutely unthinkable. It's absolutely tragic.
Apple responding in a statement saying, "We are devastated by the shocking events and the tragic loss of a professional who was on site supporting recent construction at the store. Our hearts go out to our team members and customers who were injured and all of those who were affected by this terrible incident." 53-year-old Bradley Ryan faced a judge for the first time Tuesday morning, now charged with reckless homicide by motor vehicle. His attorney arguing on his behalf in court, claiming it was an accident.
His foot got stuck. He tried to move his foot, get it unstuck so he could stop. He also tried to brake with his other foot while he was doing that, but he was unable to. And it's just really unfortunate.
I'm Emily Schmidt, reporting.
Bail for Ryan has been set at $100,000 cash, and he's been ordered not to operate a motor vehicle if he makes bail. Yesterday, a Victims and Survivors Remembrance ceremony was held in Waukesha, Wisconsin, the first anniversary of last year's deadly Christmas parade attack. There was a moment of silence at 4:39 p.m., the exact moment that Darrell Brooks Jr. drove his SUV through the parade, killing 6 people and leaving dozens injured. Following the moment of silence, there were speeches by Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers, Waukesha Mayor Sean Riley, and the city's police and fire chiefs. Brooks was convicted last month on all 76 counts in the attack, including 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide with the use of a dangerous weapon. He was given 6 consecutive life sentences, plus more than 700 additional years in prison. We are learning more about the 5 people killed Saturday night when a gunman opened fire on patrons at a gay nightclub in Colorado. Police now say 17 people were injured in the attack. At a news conference yesterday, Colorado Springs officials also named the 2 patrons who subdued the shooter and praised them as heroes. One of those Good Samaritans, a military veteran, describes how he helped tackle and disarm the shooter. CBS's Danya Backus has more from Colorado Springs.
I'm not a hero, I'm just some dude.
Richard Fierro didn't think twice about stopping the gunman who opened fire in the middle of a Colorado Springs nightclub Saturday night.
I hit him with the gun, his gun, not mine. I grabbed it and I hit him with it. I kept hitting with it.
The U.S. Army veteran who was at the club with his wife, daughter, and her boyfriend, Raymond Green Vance, says he wanted to save his family.
That family was, at that time, everybody in that room.
Vance, along with Ashley Paw, Kelly Loving, and bartenders Derek Rump and Daniel Aston were killed.
My daughter got to spend her last day with him happy.
5 crosses have been placed at this growing memorial outside of Club Q. The city's mayor says he doesn't want his community to be defined by the tragedy, but the response.
Too often, society loses track of the victims of these sad and tragic events. We strive to give the victims the dignity and respect that they deserve.
Tributes continued Monday in Colorado Springs and other cities. The Denver City and County building was lit up in pride colors overnight, while vigils were held in North Carolina and Washington, D.C.
Love one another. Be your true, authentic self.
Police are still determining the motive of the suspect, 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich, who remains hospitalized. He faces 5 counts of first-degree murder and 5 counts of committing a bias-motivated crime. Danya Backus, CBS News, Colorado Springs.
Colorado Springs officials say Aldrich is expected to make his first court appearance remotely in the coming days. A man of the same name and age as the suspect was arrested after a bomb threat near Colorado Springs last year, but the charges were dismissed. The city's mayor says it's premature to comment on whether that should have triggered Colorado's red flag law, allowing police to seize any weapons he may have had. Coming up on First at 4, holiday travel expected to be busy and expensive this year.
And coming up, the latest on what that travel forecast looks like. Looks pretty good right now, but will that continue? Those details ahead.